Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that Spencer and Jake break the duo. We've got our first guest on the show, Davey. Instagram handle Davey Gravy, right? If I'm not mistaken.
That's me.
Davey is here today. We are, we're just going to ask you up front to be patient with us. This is our first guest episode. We told Davey ahead of time that we are very loose here, very much just trying to have a good hangout sesh. But yeah, Davey, welcome to the show. We are super excited. We've got lots of stuff we want to talk with you about today, editing and non-editing related. So welcome, dude.
Thank you. It is good to be here.
Yeah.
It is amazing to be here. I haven't been on too many podcasts, so this is kind of new for me.
Yeah.
This is our cozy couch.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is if this is your first, hopefully this is the easiest podcast you ever do. But and congrats too,
warm.
right? Aren't you? Hold on, you're gonna join the Dorky Dad Club soon, aren't you too?
Oh, it's true, man. It could be like any day now, which is
no
wild.
way. Any
So-
day?
Yeah, honestly, on any day now.
Any
first
day.
first child is coming.
Dude, congrats. So we got 2 Canadians, Spence, but we got
Yes.
2 almost dads. We got to get you. I need to move up
Let's
there.
go.
We need to get you a daddy, and then we're all on the same playing field.
I mean, you can still be a daddy, but I don't know if it's the daddy you want to be.
Yeah, I've got ways.
Oh, man. That's so crazy. I don't want to know, though.
Yeah,
No.
No, it involves a subscription to someone's channel, I know. So, you don't want to do that. But
Man.
no, we let's see. What do we want to kick off with here? I think you wrote down some fast questions, Spence. Should we ask Davey
Yeah.
those first just to
I
kind of
think
get us warmed up, get us a little
the
juice?
first
Rapid
one-
fire?
Yeah.
The first one I want to know is, like, what's your favorite platform right now?
Ooh.
Oh, like social media platform?
Yeah.
YouTube. YouTube. Rapid fire.
Short form or long form?
Consuming or making? Consuming, long form, making, short form.
Oh.
Okay. all right.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, I like making long form, but you guys know it is a grind to
Yeah.
make long form. Like you said last week, Spencer, you can just sit down for an hour, get an idea out, and there's something so freeing about that. Long form is hard, and then you also spend all this time on it, and hopefully people watch it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you script your videos?
It's a process. I've experimented with scripting the entire thing, like word for word, reading it off a teleprompter. I've tried not scripting at all. And I'm kind of somewhere in the middle right now where I'm scripting the first 30 seconds and then I just got talking points for the remainder of the video.
Heck yeah.
Okay, interesting. I like that approach.
And does it work? I don't know. You could probably watch the videos I make and see if it like works. The short form ones, I definitely script it's only like 6 or 7 sentences. So
Yeah.
I kind of that one's pretty scripted, but yeah, long form. I am just so jealous of the people who can just pick up a camera and like talk to it. I am not at that point at all. It's getting there, but yeah, I definitely need talking points.
I think it's
Yeah.
a lie. I don't think there's anybody out there that can actually do that. I think everyone's lying if they say, no, I just turn the camera on and go.
Like maybe Peter McKinnon, and that's it, right? Like he's the only one that I
Yeah.
think might be able to do that. But
Fair.
No,
I've met
go ahead.
There's
Davey.
a few people. There's like 1 or 2 people in my life who can do it, and it's like maybe 1 or 2 mess ups. It's so impressive. I would love to get to that point.
Yeah.
I mean,
Would
it's
we
still
all?
so long away. I don't know about your guys' journeys, but like I started taking photo. I picked up a camera because I wanted to be behind the camera, not necessarily to be in front of it. And so like now being in front of the camera and learning how to talk, dissecting how you talk, having something to say is an entirely different process. And I'm on my journey.
Yeah. Oh, and a journey it is. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's funny you say like you don't know our process, and like Spencer and I are sitting here going like, well, this week here's what we're doing. Like we still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, for real. I
Yeah.
can even remember like my first videos. Sometimes I go back just to humble myself. I'm just like, my voice is so quiet. I'm not really sure what I'm saying. And I'm just like, wow, a lot hasn't changed, but a lot has.
Yeah. Yes.
The editing is a lot better.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
Okay, we know the answer to this one, but current NLE.
Final Cut Pro.
Ooh.
All right.
Let's
Jake, did you
go.
want to say something?
No, we can talk. I mean, if we want to talk about it later, we can. But I mean, it's, I love when I meet a Final Cut boy.
I know.
Is there not? There's got to be a bunch of us, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I think
I don't think so. I don't think there's many out there.
Well,
it'd be interesting to know. I would love to know the statistics around the split currently, because I mean, Resolve just has to be crazy right now. But I mean, when I was doing the show, I always asked that question, and I was always surprised by the amount of people that use Final Cut still, even though it gets
Speedy.
like, I feel like Final Cut is kind of the Nickelback of editing. Like, people just love to dogpile on Final Cut, and then there's a lot of people that secretly are like, yeah, but it's amazing, dude.
and it's so every show is sold out.
Every show is sold out, exactly. So
But everyone's just a closet Nickelback fan.
exactly. So I don't know. Yeah, but no, that's awesome. I have you used any others? I guess is always a question I like to ask. But
I tried Premiere for a week. It is so confusing.
Yep.
I have tons of thoughts on that. We don't have to talk about that today. And I have not tried Resolve. I've watched all the videos. In theory, I understand it. But does CapCut count? I use
Yeah,
CapCut.
CapCut counts.
CapCut counts.
of course.
Yeah, I use CapCut.
Okay. Do you use that like on your phone?
I use it on the computer. I get hired a lot to add captions on videos, and Final Cut does not have proper captions right now.
No.
In Final Cut 11 they put out that embarrassing update with captions when
Yeah.
they're not actually captions. So
Jokes.
yeah, I have to use it literally just for captions. But
'Kay.
digging deeper, like it has it's a great tool. I mean, there's a lot of glitches, but it's pretty good for like a mostly free platform.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, because they switched to like heavily paid, right? To CapCut.
Yeah, it's like all the best features are free for a time to get you hooked, and then you got to pay.
Is it just on the phone or like as a Mac app as well?
Both.
Like both.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I made a video to try the Mac app, and I was impressed. But yeah, like once you start hitting the paywall stuff, it's like, man, I mean, no
Yeah, and
secret
it's a
here.
subscription.
Hate the subscriptions.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really hate the subscriptions, which is why I like Final Cut, just
Yeah.
and Resolve. So
Yeah. Is there any plugins that you think Jake should use for Final Cut?
ooh.
Or like, do you have any that you like in general?
I haven't got too deep in the plugins.
All right, that's
No,
that's
no,
cool.
yeah. I hear there's one called the Easy Ease, which I hear is decent, and other than that, yeah, no, I'm not that deep in them. So like, I'd actually love some suggestions.
Dude, and that one just got way better too. I just got an email from the guy who makes it, and he added some real nice juice to it. Motion blur and a whole bunch of other easing options. So
Oh, you have an affiliate link?
not yet. Well, do I? I might. I'll let you know. I think there may be a better one coming. We'll see. I need to get back to you on that one. But
That's sweet.
No, I've just been using like the built-in text and effects and just kind of jerry rig fade in here and keyframe this. So
yeah.
I don't know, and no one's complained or noticed.
Hey man,
Totally.
it works.
Well, and like I feel like at least from what I've seen of your content, there is like kind of a general magnetism that you bring that just like really straightforward editing fits so nicely with. Like
Definitely.
obviously Spencer and I love to play around with the motion graphics stuff, but it's like that's just because we like it. Like, I mean, I think the way you're able to still craft a story, at least from what I've seen, is really cool. So we always nerd out about that stuff, and then like at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know, can you cut the footage together in Final Cut? Yeah, that's
Totally.
great.
But I feel like your guys' editing really adds to the story, and I envy that. As much as I want to be good on camera, I also want to have like solid edits and just have it add to the story.
Yeah.
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 I feel like I use it to cover up my poor storytelling most of the time. I'm like, can I just put a graphic in here and distract you for a moment?
And have a
Oh.
blast making it.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What are you watching this week? Or are you a TV movie kind of guy, or?
I
What are
am.
we working on?
No, but actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm actually trying to like bank all of these television shows because I hear when you have a child, you have like a lot of free time. I hear you, not free time, but like times when you're just not free time.
Downtime.
Times when you're just downtime.
Yes.
And it might be in the middle of the night when you need just some AirPods in. So if you have any television recommendations, that would be awesome. Right now, I've been adding a lot to my watch later list on YouTube. That's kind of
Nice.
dictates what I watch.
Do you have a premium account?
I see Jake smiling. I do have premium.
Let's go. Let's go. Dude.
Yeah, I looked the other day. I've had it since 2022, and it is so expensive. And we can talk subscriptions, but I don't know if I could go back to watching ads.
Do you use the
And that's like-
music though,
yeah.
or do you use Spotify?
I use Spotify.
Both
Man,
of you
us,
guys.
us Canadians are just getting ripped over here.
Yeah,
I
it's so
know.
expensive, and you're picking another one that you don't need on top of it.
I need
know.
Spotify, Jake.
I
need
know
it.
you do. I know you do. I don't know why, but I know you need it.
I don't know if I need Spotify. I find I'm watching so much YouTube. But
What? Hold on, though. Why?
maybe I should cancel the
Yeah.
Spotify.
Why do you need? And again, this is totally coming from a place of ignorance. I've never used Spotify in my life, but like, what does Spotify bring to the table? Like,
think
it
this
just
is a
plays
Spencer
music,
question.
right? It just plays music.
I mean,
YouTube
sure,
Music plays all my music the same way.
It's just like the interface as an overall, and like you can do podcasts and like audiobooks and stuff, but like it's just like a seamless link to like a Google or like a Apple HomePod or like a Google Mini. Like I can stream that way. It's giving me playlists. I don't know. It's just like it's the superior like music app versus like there's no like Mac YouTube like YouTube
So this
music
is like
app.
it's like Apple or
Yes, there
YouTube
is.
Music is like an Android, and
Yes.
Spotify is like Apple. So they've got you in the ecosystem, and even though one might be better, or you're paying for it, or it's cheaper, you're stuck in the ecosystem.
I actually no. I actually did try to switch everything over to YouTube Music, and I couldn't like make
Couldn't.
myself do it.
Okay.
So
That's interesting where you're bouncing it to other stuff. Because for me, it's like always just AirPods phone for YouTube Music. And like for me, that's fine. And like the pick a song, start a radio works great. I'm never like disappointed in what I'm getting for the most
I
part.
will say, okay, YouTube does have a phenomenal radio.
Dude, amazing radio. They know what you like, and they do the perfect blend of like, okay, here's 2 songs that you love. Here's a third one that you haven't heard. What do you think? And it's like, oh yeah, this one's good. Let's get this into the repertoire.
So So you use YouTube Music? Is that correct?
Yeah, I never got sucked into Spotify ever. So like, and I don't.
Weirdo.
Why was that? No, I was just like,
Because you're weird.
no. So I'm trying to remember the timeline here because this was back in like the old iPod days where you like built your massive library, and I rode that thing
iTunes
way
Music,
past
baby.
like subscription music because I was so against subscription music. I was like, this is garbage. Like, I know what I like and I pick it out and I have it forever. And so I was like iPodding way longer than I should have been. And so I never got
Where
in on
is all that music?
It's just gone. They just get rid
Where-
of it. Like I think I
Where's all
still
the
have
music we bought.
like mine is still
And all the CDs I ripped onto my iTunes.
Yeah, exactly. It was come on, man. That was important.
Agreed. Oh yeah, that was my youth.
So I just like did that way past like everyone was getting on board with subscription music and I was like, no, I don't need it. And then by the time I finally came around, I was like addicted to watching YouTube and I was like, well, I can get music and no ads. That's a
Okay,
banger
fair.
deal.
That's super
You're
fair.
doing it right. That's the smart way to do it. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's like the one of the only things in my life that I it's just like I feel very guilty about it. I feel then I'm like kind of double paying for the subscription.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else in my life like that except for that. So
Yeah.
it's a sore spot.
Nothing else? Whoa, that's a bold.
Not really.
That's
Like
crazy.
A lot of overlap.
No, I don't have any like streaming services.
Okay.
I have YouTube Premium and Spotify and CapCut.
Yeah. That's dude. If you're not paying for like
Dropbox, I don't know.
Netflix and like all those other
No
streaming
Netflix,
ones,
no Amazon,
Yeah.
no Disney, no Tubi, no that's it.
Nice.
Well, you know, I will tell you right now, you're probably gonna have to get Disney as a dad
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you can't live without Bluey. So
Does the Pirate Bay still exist?
probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
sadly it does. Yes, it does. We got to get you off Dropbox though. What's that all about?
Okay, so Dropbox. The reason I used is the other option Google Drive?
The other option is literally anything else.
Okay, here's my issue with Google Drive.
They all
is
suck.
anytime I try to download something off somebody else's Google Drive, it zips it up.
Oh,
it
yes.
downloads it
Yeah.
in 7 different parts. The download doesn't work. That's
Yeah,
the
no,
main
you're right.
thing.
You're right.
No,
You're right.
And like
It's so
that's
true.
all I'm doing is uploading and downloading.
I cannot tell you too how many times, and I don't even know like what the problem is. I've tried to upload the same file to Dropbox and YouTube, and it's huge. Or
Oh,
not
yeah.
YouTube, Google Drive, and Google Drive will fail halfway, and then like it's just lost, and then Dropbox
has
will
one
just
job.
keep like churning, and like it'll go for 3 days if it needs to or whatever.
I want a new alternative. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
somebody to make something new that works, that you like
Yeah.
don't have to like fiddle with. Dropbox to me is there's too much fiddling going around, and there's like syncing issues on your machine, and you're like, why am I running out of space? Oh, because it's duplicating everything. Like
Yeah.
same thing with
with
Google Drive.
I want one that I can explain to my parents.
Yes.
Yes.
Explaining the cloud to your parents. I start questioning if I understand it.
Oh yeah. Well, and when you get into the sync territory, it's just 10 times worse. It's like, well, it's here and it's on your computer, and like their eyes are just like glazing over. Like, yeah.
Oh, my eyes are glazed over at
Yeah.
that point.
Oh,
I'm with you. We need a better alternative.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's gonna come along.
Strictly as creatives, I think it might be being built by some startup right now. Like it must be, to be like, oh, there's a bunch of creatives who want to work together. Let's make like basically a Google Drive that's like Synology but online, and it's just like a server for us, and it's not garbage.
Yeah.
I feel like Adobe is probably working on this, and that's the one company I don't want working
Yes.
on this,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't care about us, so I think we're okay there.
I'm going to second that. Sorry, Adobe.
I think we dodged a bullet on that one.
Oh, big time. What
Okay.
What are you carrying every day, dude? What's your we're not big EDC guys, but we like to ask.
Good question. Well,
He's got the AirPods in.
I got the AirPods in. The funny thing is, because I was about to start, and then I realized, oh, my computer is going to interfere with his microphone. So threw the AirPods in. Didn't have big headphones. Sorry.
Yeah, Spencer,
every
you let us
day-
down.
Well, I found this pair somewhere. But
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
So I live downtown in my city, so I walk a lot. I don't drive a lot, so I carry a backpack. I got my laptop in it. I've got an iPad
14
mini.
or 16?
I got a 14. So I
Okay,
had
let's go.
I had the 16, and that jump from like the Intel 16-inch touchpad one to the new Toshiba massive like 15-pound one. I was brainwashed for like 3 weeks, and then I had to sell it. Like I had to go smaller because that thing, it's so big. And I'm considering now going to an Air.
Whoa, okay.
I don't know if that's
Ooh.
What are you
yeah.
editing
Okay.
on?
Whoa. So I edit on a 14-inch MacBook Air. Sorry, MacBook M1
Okay, M1.
Max, I believe.
Okay, cool.
And it kind of hits the wall at some points. You know, you got Dropbox open, you got you're exporting something from Final Cut, you got Photoshop open. The fans definitely turn on, but there's like M4 iPad or MacBook Airs now.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I upgrade, they'll probably be an M5.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd be giving up that SD card slot. That would be tough. I'd be going down to 2 USB-C slots. That's tough.
What's the want?
But
What is the want here to go down to Air rather than just like...
it's just lighter. And it's like, so my wife has one, and holy smokes, it's so much lighter. It's half the size. I know you guys are like desktop people, and I love that, but like I literally cannot sit at a desktop. So like I always work remotely. My laptop never gets opened at home. I'm like a 5-minute walk, not even 5 minute, like literally at the end of my street is a coffee shop. So
Okay.
I'm the odd creative who like
No.
cannot do desktops, can't do like the whole setup and rig and stuff. Like my setup is so simple. I don't have a mouse. I don't have like I have AirPods in my computer. Like I don't
Yeah.
even have a laptop stand or anything. It is
Dude.
so simple.
I admire that.
I know. I'm just like sitting here in total admiration of this
I-
entire existence.
I want to dive into that a bit more because I was just telling Jake about this. Like, I feel so left out that, like, as an editor, I'm like, I want to go to a coffee shop. And, like, I've put on my laptop because I have a 14-inch as well. And I'm just like, well, of course, I can do nothing but edit a Word document if I go to a coffee shop. And you basically are just like, that's not true.
Oh no, I'm like plugging in, turning on the Pomodoro, like no friends for the next 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just like juiced to edit. But it takes a certain type of person. I'm prepared to like run into people and be a little social. And if my time gets eaten up talking to somebody, like I just try to factor that into my day. And I'm aware maybe there's not going to be an outlet or, you know, I've been doing this for long enough. I know it's not, I could probably be more productive, but like my
Dude.
like life meter feels good. Like I'm with people. I'm got
Yeah.
like sunshine on my face. I've got like,
Yes. Oh.
yeah, it feels great.
That's
like I'm
what's
standing
up.
up all the time. I'm changing locations every 3 hours. Like it's pretty awesome.
This dude's over here trying to like defend it, and we're over here just like drooling, like, oh, this is amazing. Why are you defensive? You figured it out. We haven't.
Do I don't know.
I do. I will. I will
I feel like
say-
the like the ultimate creator dream is like to have the office, so like 45-inch screen, like, and just be dialed. And yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I would say, I mean, and that's the problem. And Spencer and I talked about this. I think we talked about this like 3 episodes ago. Like I love The Office, but just like you said, there's so many times where it's like, man, I can't give up the laptop because I want to just go sit somewhere or work on something. And like, especially right now when it's like really cold, like even the shed struggles to be like comfortable sometimes. Like I've been editing just like at the kitchen table, you know, that's like my coffee shop at night. And like, there's something about just like mouse, laptop, headphones, a little ambient lamp there with me, and just one screen, you know, like it's totally, but, and what I was going to say is I do think 100% that Final Cut, like when I'm doing that, I want to be in Final Cut. Like Final Cut on a 14-inch screen or a 16-inch screen is totally doable. Resolve feels cramped.
In terms of like processing power, or in terms of like screen real
Just
estate?
screen real estate, the way that it works, like everything just does not feel as good on a small screen, in my opinion. And again, like I'm sure there's people that disagree with me, but just having used both, like I love editing on a laptop with Final Cut, and I don't feel like it's that cramped real estate wise, just workflow wise. So I don't know.
Have you guys tried using the iPads as like a second screen?
No.
I don't
Have
know
you?
how.
I don't know. I think it's pretty easy, but I haven't tried it.
It's like 2 clicks. It's pretty good. It's I don't know if I'm like sold on it, but like every now and then, like if I have a really big project or it's like multicam clips or something, I'll pull it out. But I also don't want to be that guy at the coffee shop with all the monitors and
I
the
see that every
headset.
now and then.
Just suiting up. Give
Okay,
me.
wait. So is it like an external? Does it work as an external display?
Yeah.
So you can use it as like, yeah, you can use it as an external display. Like you click a button on your Mac and it can mirror your Mac screen, or it can become like an extension of your screen. So you could like drag over your editing notes or have your color dials or whatever on it, or
Cool.
you can just put your laptop or your iPad beside your computer and just pull up Spotify or YouTube and just drag your mouse across and use your iPad as an iPad and use your laptop as a laptop.
Spencer's brain is melting. It's just like, this works? This is a thing?
Maybe I should do a YouTube short about this.
Dude, you
'cause
should. It's cool. I haven't tried it. I've seen it. Everything you described, Davey, I've seen. And like, I thought, oh, that's cool. I think,
I would say don't buy an iPad for that.
no.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I definitely didn't go buy an iPad just for Procreate. So I've certainly bought it for a lot less.
That's funny.
haven't used it much since, but
Yeah,
No,
I bought
that's-
an iPad just for the Final Cut feature of drawing. That's what I'm going with.
yep. Dude, what?
And yeah,
What?
sorry, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, like, what are your thoughts? You've been so quiet on this laptop life, dude. This guy's doing it. Like, what? Do we need to do it more?
No, absolutely not. Like, I don't think no. I like everybody is so different. No, like some people get their inspiration strikes in the evening. Some people, I've worked with so many people where they just sit at the coffee shop with me and they're just like switching between Instagram and then Spotify and then TikTok and then email and then like, it's not for everyone. I think
Yeah.
we all just need to like, you got to find your groove. And I've just discovered mine isn't in a 9-to-5 office. Mine isn't in a Herman Miller chair. It's on an uncomfortable bench seat downtown with no outlets.
But a nice cup of coffee.
Oof,
Yeah.
yeah, third wave.
Yeah, third wave. Okay.
How
okay.
long did it take you to figure that out?
Oh, well, I mean, I figured out that 9-to-5 is not for me. I don't know. I think I knew that like probably in high school, but it doesn't mean I haven't worked 9-to-5s.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, it didn't take long. It just, I don't know. Just something in my body is like, you need to stand up. You need to be social. Sitting behind a laptop it just doesn't give me life. And like, I know, like like the majority of our job is sitting behind a laptop, but you can make it a little bit easier and a little bit more fun if you've got some people watching and all of that and a good cup of coffee. Yeah, it took a while to figure that out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've built the home desk setup and yeah, that doesn't exist anymore, but it actually turned into the baby room.
Yeah.
But,
Oh wow. So you're full-time freelance.
so I'm full-time freelance. Yeah.
Dang.
And it's been
And-
on and off like that since 2017.
Okay.
Amazing.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Is it?
If I take anything away from this is that I should go to the coffee shop more and just see instead of just getting in my head and being like, nope, not happening.
Yeah.
I find there's also like different times that it's like good. Like I love going at like 7 in the morning or like quiet times, and maybe sometimes just doing something different. Whether it's like Jake, I've got really into writing. Maybe not as much as Jake, but I like writing and finding a place to sit and write, or even just go through ideas, or I don't know. I find just a change of scenery for like a change of task, because I've got accounting, I've got editing, I've got emails, so just switch it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our taxes are coming out.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Us too.
Yeah, I like that. I like that notion of like different task. It's like now break the cycle of like new scenery. Like it's like a checkpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to even do it like throughout my week. So like do all my hard work at the beginning of the week, and it's kind of just heads down, that kind of stuff. And then like leave afternoons open to, if I get some work done, that's pretty great. But otherwise try to leave that for like creative stuff, whether that's writing a new script or do some writing or do the fun editing. And then yeah, I don't know. I play with it, but
Yeah. What are
Yeah.
you writing in? What's your choice there for app?
oh, okay. So I don't think it's okay. This one's embarrassing.
No,
I
it's
use
not.
Apple Notes
Yeah, dude.
Oh, let's go.
because so I noticed a few years ago I'm not writing physically anything anymore. So I've got the iPad Mini, I've got an Apple Pencil, and I love that new feature with whatever update it was that when you do handwriting in Apple Notes, it's called auto refine handwriting, and it just makes my handwriting look nicer. And I haven't found another app that will like let me do that. If there was another app that would let me like write in a journaling app or auto refine handwriting, I would switch in a second. But like stupidly right now, only Apple Notes will let you do it.
Dude, that is wicked. You're actually writing then with your
I'm like
with the
the
pencil.
only person using a pencil.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Is it keeping it as handwriting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you on my phone what it like looks like.
It just like spruces it up so that it's
Oh,
more
interesting.
legible, which is crazy.
and like it straightens it out a little bit and
Oh,
makes it
wow.
look a lot better. But
I should
yeah, like
try
I'll
it.
show you guys. That's what it looks like.
That's amazing. Oh my
Whoa.
Show the
god.
camera.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm so
Crazy,
glad I
yeah.
asked. That is not lame at all. Again, we're just what else are Spencer and I going to ask you tonight that I'm just like so much admiration just flowing from me.
Well, what do you use to write your? I think you said you use an old computer, so it's like not connected to the internet, and it's just like typing first. Like, do you just use Google Docs? Or
Yeah.
What do you use for it?
Well, so I when I bought my Apple Silicon laptop, I was upgrading from my 2019 Intel one, and that one basically has just been like sitting. And I was like, well, I mean, like it almost feels like offensive to like sell that computer. It's so bad, you know. Like I was just like, what do I do with this thing? And then I had that thought. I was like, oh, like what if I just had this be my writing computer with no attachment to any social or anything? And it's thin, right? Like it's kind of like an Air. It's really thin.
Right.
So I can just like grab it and take it with me places, you know, sit on the couch, and I write in Pages, so Apple's Word. But yeah,
There's something to that. Like I think, who was it? I think Spencer said like he's got the iPad with the keyboard. Like there's something to just having this thin device that's so portable, and you can pull it out, jot down an idea, and put it away.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, because I'm with you, dude. The new laptops are so, like, they're not chunky, but they feel chunky. I don't.
Oh, well, like next to the old ones, like
Yeah,
I don't know how this is an upgrade.
yeah.
Like
Because we
not
all
visually.
complained and we wanted more ports in our SD card back and a full HDMI. So they were like,
Okay, I've never
"Fine."
used
Dude,
that.
I know. Everyone needed to shut up. They were like, get rid of the touch bar, get more ports. And I'm over here like, no, don't do it, Apple.
I heard a rumor that like on M5 or M6, all the MacBook Pros should be going down to a smaller footprint,
Okay.
which I'm kind of holding out for. That would be amazing.
I mean, yeah. Like what's the vote here? Like the SD card slot is like kind of nice, but like I would totally just take thin and light, especially with the thermals and power we get these days. Like make it teeny, as small as it can be, and I'll bring dongles. Like I know everyone dogs on dongles. I don't care. What do you guys think?
That's true. I'm a dongle guy.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
like-
Like if it means like half the thickness, yeah.
Because like you do that like once a day. You're like, oh, I need to dump my footage. Okay, get out my dongle, dump it, pull it out, and then you just are like, yep. And now it's this big. It's teeny.
And some of these cameras have like you just turn the camera on, put the USB-C in both.
Yep.
Like into the camera, into the computer, and it can dump.
Yep. Actually, that's what I do most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spencer,
There's,
Yeah.
where are we
there's
at?
so many things I'm learning. I'm just listening to be like, can I plug my camera into my computer?
Dude, like, so, okay, I don't want to jinx it, but I have my memory cards that I'm using are ages old, and I feel like that's how I've gotten so much life out of them is I don't take them out of my camera.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Is they just sit in there, which I know that like there's two sides of the coin here, right? Like they're gonna die eventually just out of overuse on the memory front. Like that's a thing. I work in
That is a thing?
technology. I know how this works. It happens.
Huh.
Granted, the technology's gotten so good that that's not usually a problem for most mortals. nowadays. But also, like, if you're not flinging around that flimsy little piece of plastic, it's not going to break as quickly.
Yeah, I've definitely broken a few SD cards in my day.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that's how I've been able to. And watch, this will be the night that this SD card like corrupts on us.
Oh.
But
We just don't get Jake's footage.
knock on all of the wood. The
So
whole
wait,
shit.
is an SD card more likely to physically break or to like circuits and whatever
I think
fry?
physically, just because of like you pull it in and out so often, and you're gonna do like physical damage to it first.
Interesting.
And again, that's why, there's a whole range of like quality you can buy, and that's referring to like both the toughness and the amount of read writes you can do, which every hard drive eventually like just can't be. God, we're getting into like,
What about
this is what I
SSDs?
work in. This is the industry
that's what
I
I'm
work
wondering
in, so
too.
I can talk about it. But yeah, like the
'Cause
SSDs on your
HDD
computer can eventually, like, the electrons will not flow in and out of the channels at a certain point. It's just done it too many times.
Oh, what?
Like what's that limit? Are we talking?
Oh, it's huge, right? Like, and that's the thing. Like back in the day, something we had to kind of think about. Like nowadays, like you got to be doing read write on your hard drive for years and years and years, and like they try to. Like all your computer is doing like intelligent read writes to different locations on the hard drive to try to make that be as spread out amongst the entire hard drive as much as possible. So, sorry, we can change topics. I'm over this one. You guys are like, let's talk about SSDs and
Hey, I this is something I didn't know.
yeah.
So I learned something.
I didn't know this either.
It's not infinite. Old hard drives were also not infinite, but they were much more infinite than early SSDs, which is why early SSDs failed frequently. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know why we have small SSDs?
what do you mean?
Like, what's up with it taking forever? It seems like for the technology to push past like a 4 terabyte SSD.
Oh, what is the reasoning for that? I don't know if I know that one. I think
Okay,
it's just
well,
a
you're a
cost
phony
thing.
then.
Yeah, I'm a phony. I'm a phony.
Dads are supposed to know everything.
Dads are supposed to know everything. No. To be fair, we don't actually make the packaged product. Well, we do a few things like that, but we make just the product that goes into that stuff. So anyway, this is supposed to be a fun podcast. We need to stop talking about work.
I'm having a great time.
You guys are like, Jake knows about memory. No.
Okay, let's talk about Moment and like what that process was and like how you chose your idea for like what to make and like
Oh yeah.
Well,
okay,
and-
for sure.
and-
Okay, so
and-
like, do you want to give a preface for
Yeah.
like what the moment thing is? You'll probably do a better job than I will.
No, you do it,
I
Davey.
think I think if you don't know at this point, like the folks over at Moment have like opened up this like residency program. So like I think it was a few months ago now, like they opened it up and a bunch of creators could apply for kind of like this chance to be on the channel and like consistently create. And through that you had to like make like a video campaign
entry
for
video.
yourself, an
Mhm.
entry video, yeah.
Yep.
And then like if you got through that stage, you would actually like make a video for the Moment channel, and you did exactly that.
I did. Yeah. It was pretty, the process of applying was pretty, they didn't give you a lot of constraints. So I don't always work under no constraints. Like, so yeah, I had to make a YouTube video or a video just for their eyes. And I did. And it was, yeah, I didn't know what to create. They asked you a couple questions. I think they asked you to answer 3 questions.
I only
I
read
tried
that
to-
sheet at the very end of like when I was submitting. I was like, oh, I made my video. Let me submit this. And then I like got to the end. I was like, wait.
There were
So
instructions.
did you go back and work those in?
Yeah, definitely. I did. Yeah. I think
So
I
you just scrapped the
refilmed.
whole video.
No, I tried to fit it into my like current video that I had filmed.
Got out the
It was
duct tape and
crazy.
stuck it on the end.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. That was crazy. But you didn't do that. You read that first.
I read that. There was at least 3 questions, and I had this feeling. Well, my approach to it was I want to make this as much as like a YouTube video as possible because I'm going to be making YouTube videos. So I was like, what's the hook? Is there a storyline I can carry out throughout this? Can I like change locations? And so that's how I structured mine. And it was hard. It took me a couple weeks to make it. And at a certain point I was just like, okay, whatever, it's done. Just ship it.
Same. Yeah.
I'm yeah. And then I don't know about yours, but like once it was sent off, it just sat, it was an unlisted video on my YouTube channel. And, I could see if people had seen it or not, because the views would go up, and there was probably 2 months of no views. And I'm like, did I submit late? Is anybody going to watch this? Did I submit the wrong video? Is this all for nothing?
Did my thumbnail suck?
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I also tried to like create a thumbnail. I wrote like a description. In mine, I was like, I put some like special stuff in the description just for them. But yeah, I just did my best to go above and beyond for this project, because I also have no clue who's applying. For all I know, Sam Colder is applying, and for all I know, it's just like a bunch of kids who haven't made any videos, and I'm just like, yeah, it was just a shot in the dark.
Yeah. I remember him saying that he was overwhelmed by the response, and that's
Sam
why it
Colder?
took so long.
Yeah. Oh, really? Do you know how many people applied for this?
I remember him telling me it was a lot.
Like
I feel
I feel
thousands.
like he
wasn't
told me
watched a
too,
lot
and
of
I feel like,
videos.
did he say thousands or hundreds?
I feel like it was.
Um,
Didn't you tell me thousands? Maybe not.
It was a big number, but like I do know Mark like really went through and actually like watched stuff, so that's why it took so long.
That's
Wow.
incredible. And if they were all videos like mine somehow was like 8 minutes.
Same.
Like, I feel sorry for, I'm sure there was people who had like 2-minute videos. So yeah, that's a lot of work. And I think I think they were supposed to kind of know who was doing this, who would win it, a lot earlier. And I imagine the process took a little longer than they thought. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great contest. I haven't heard any other company doing something like this. So.
No, it's insanely cool that they're doing this, right? Like,
Yeah.
which we didn't really explain that, but the residency is, and you guys help me because you did it, but it's part-time salary, and you're making part-time videos for them as well as your own personal channel, right? That's the whole vision of it. I mean, it's like, who does that? That's so cool that they're doing it.
Agreed. They've done it in the past and it's worked, and they're the only channel, pretty much, I don't know, at least in the filmmaking niche, they're like the only channel that's done that, and it's worked.
Yeah.
And they're doing it again, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to turn that up to like a few people to be like, okay, we did it. We've done it once. All right, well, let's do it for a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Is this going to be like a sequel? Like, we
Moment.
should have just left it at the original movie. The sequel was not needed. Let's hope not.
Moment Too Furious is coming in hot.
Season 2.
I sort of want to put every once in a while. Totally forgot we like made those videos, but I'm like, I wonder if I should just make that public. It's kind of a good video. It serves no purpose. But like,
Dude, your video
I thought
was
this
super
too.
good. Yeah. I want to see both of your guys's. I don't know if you can, but Davey, you should send me yours. Like,
I don't know if
when
we
we're
can
done
either.
talking, but
that's
I'd love
that's
to.
a weird thing of like, because it's like it's not an NDA, but it's just a contest that's secretive, you know.
yeah.
But like, so what was your experience of like actually? So you got through that next step, and then like,
Yeah, so I made it to the top 10, I was told, which was insane to me that I made it that far. Yeah.
and then got to make like an actual video for the Moment channel.
That's right. So I jumped on a call, or the guy selecting it, the head of Moment. Yeah, we were on a call, and he said, "We liked your video. It was awesome. You want to make a video for our channel?" And even with that, I wasn't given a ton of direction, but he looked at some of my past videos that I've made, and lately they've all been about mobile stuff, and I found that kind of like works on my channel, and I've enjoyed making mobile filmmaking, shooting on your phone kind of stuff, and it's in line with Moment. And so they sent me some Moment gear, and they're like, you should make a video about this. And so
Dope.
I sent them over like a point form kind of checklist of talking points, and they refined it a little bit, and they kind of guided me what to talk about and how to talk about it.
Cool.
They know their audience and what they're looking for, and they know their audience is looking for you to like show how to use the product versus just like talking about the product, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, and the products I was sent, I guess are very popular. So they took a while to get to me, like 2 months. And at the same time, I saw some other people's who I assumed had also applied and had made it farther. Their videos were going up, and I'm like, oh shoot, I haven't even got my stuff. I got to get this video up soon. And I don't have a studio. I don't have like a designated place like the editing shed. And so a lot of times I'm just outside, and just like Spencer, it is snowy. It's been -20. So thankfully the gear came. It was like -5 that day. I went out for a day, filmed a bunch of stuff, came home and was like, wow, that was not good. I was not confident on camera. I spoke too fast. The train was going by. This is trash. Basically went out the next day, refilmed all of it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Not quite all of it, but just like filled in the blanks. I also misjudged my time and edited it. I was like, this is not the best, but this is like good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. Edited it. Did my best to like over deliver. Made as many thumbnails as I could, gave him a bunch of options. I think I gave him like 10, 15 thumbnails.
Oh, wow.
And then sent it over to them.
Did you have a deadline?
I think it was like a loose deadline.
Right.
Maybe
Good.
if I waited a little bit longer, they would have given me a deadline. But
Yeah.
Okay.
pretty much after I sent it over, a couple of people got in touch with me from their team, and they're like, hey, can you like change, we love these. Can you want to like just change the wording on this, on your thumbnail? Like they didn't really have any feedback on the edit of the long form video. And it went live. And then funny enough, like a couple days later, they're like, oh, let's write an article about this. You have any photos? And I was like, the one thing I didn't get. Okay. So I went out again, shot some example photos, and then put up a YouTube short. I don't think I was asked to put up like a Instagram short form video, but I last minute I was like, frick, I should probably shoot one of these. And so I spent 10 minutes, wrote it, edited it, posted it, turned into a collab post on both our ends.
Yeah.
And then, it was all pretty fast and furious. And then right after that, a bunch more of these Resident videos came out. And as they're coming out, I'm like, these guys are good. Like, there's no way I'm getting this. So
Yeah, it's a lot of like, yeah, you realize it's like high level competition, but the interesting thing about that is that like it sort of forces you to go into like high gear, to be like the first day that you went out to film, if you were just, I'm not saying that you would have done this, but like it's possible that you could have just came home and been like, that was the best, but I'll turn it into a video.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like when you're doing it for somebody else, you all of a sudden like hold yourself to a higher standard to what you know you're capable of. You're like, no, I'm going to go out and refilm it. I need photos. I'm going to go shoot photos because I know I'm capable of doing that, rather than just taking a screen grab of my video.
Yeah.
totally. And it like they have a big channel, like, and I don't know how many people are going to see this. Video could flop. This could be their most successful video. I don't know. And I forgot what I was going to say, but they have a big channel. And I don't know how much personality I should put into these either. For all I know, they just want like cut and dry. For all I know, it's personality driven. So I also don't know if I have personality. So there's that. But
Dude, you do.
You
gotta
do.
lean in with it.
You totally do. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns, and I think that was part of the My guess is I don't know. I wasn't given a rubric on this is how we're going to choose the person. My guess is the whole process. If it were me, I'd be like, did this person deliver on time? Did they over deliver? Did they think about like a thumbnail? Did they give us a couple options? Did they did they respond quickly?
Right.
Totally.
Like, do they use punctuation? Like, are they cordial? Just the whole process of it.
Yeah. Really good to work with.
Yeah. Even if
Yeah.
they say
Take
they don't
feedback
care
well.
about that stuff, they still do. They're lying. Everyone's lying. That's like, it's just on
Yeah.
the one video. It's like, no, it's not. If it
No,
was just
it's on
that,
everything.
it's way too hard to decide. It's the whole package for sure. Yeah. Which sounds like you crushed, dude. You did
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, thank you. And the wild thing is that video is going haywire. Like, it's almost at 100K views.
really? Dude, that's
Dude.
awesome.
Which is crazy. Yeah, it's really wild.
Oh,
So,
that's, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
congrats,
so cool.
man. That,
yeah,
like,
congrats.
because
you.
the cool thing about this is like it's just so cyclical to be like, there's no way that it just doesn't benefit you. You know what I mean? Like on all fronts.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, he's a channel. Oh, cool. He's on the Moby channel again. Like it's always up.
It is always up. Yeah. But then I get into my head, similar to that video Jake made a couple weeks ago. It's like, where do I want to be in a few years? Do I want to be in front of camera? Do I want to be a YouTuber? You know, just get in your head. Maybe it's the holidays. Maybe it's been like, maybe it's been too long of like, the holiday break's been a little too long. But at the end of the day, I am passionate about making videos. I'm passionate about, like, YouTube is new to me. I've been posting for like 2 years. Actually, I've been posting for longer than 2 years. I still feel like there's so much to learn. It's a big skill, and I want to learn it. I want to show up. I want to, like, honestly, I just want to meet interesting people. I want to meet you guys. I want to meet people all around the world. It's such a great connection to do that.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you have to like do this publicly, but
Yeah. You have to
Yeah.
write on stage.
Yeah.
It's the only way. But you're doing it. You're
Right
doing
on
it well.
stage.
I'm doing it. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you find that like you have a group of people close by that like can relate to this stuff? Because that is something that like for sure Spencer and I's friendship has been built on. It's just like
Massively.
massive similarities. We can talk about anything, and there's, at least for me, like there's, where I live, no one else can really relate on this stuff personally.
Oh, I hear that.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough that like what got me into the creative camera world was a very social thing. Instagram got me into the whole camera world, and back in the day in 2014, Instagram was very social.
Yeah.
For a social media platform. And so I've met a lot of people. My community in my city is incredible. It's great. And there's so many people still that, like, the majority of my friends I've met on the internet or in my city through the internet, and now they're my great friends. And so
Cool.
thankfully they get it. There's a lot of them aren't doing YouTube, and
Yeah.
it's the same thing. They're both social media platforms, but they're still different. It's different to show up on camera and be consistent on YouTube instead of just posting old photos from the archives in Lightroom. And nothing wrong with that, but also like trying out reels. And so it's different. In town, there's a couple people, there's a couple big notable people everybody knows who live in my city.
Uh-huh.
But like day to day, not as much. And I think that will grow. I've always dreamed that Calgary could be like Toronto in the sense that a lot of people there at the same time got on YouTube, and they all helped each other, and they all showed up. And I think Calgary's full of creative, visually creative people, a ton. But
is
in terms of
Stallman
YouTube,
from-
it's different.
Stallman's from
Yes.
Calgary. The camera guys, Petapixel, whatever.
Yeah.
They've been on a ride. They're from Calgary.
Yeah, the camera store is like literally like 10 blocks from me right now.
Dude.
Tyler lives not that far from here. Irene, I can't remember her last name.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's from here. There's yeah,
So it is happening. Like
It
slowly.
is happening. It's not quite. I know in Ontario they live far apart and it's a little different, but you know, it is happening. And I've been doing my best to encourage other people around me. Like everybody wants to start YouTube, but it's hard. So I've just been trying to encourage my friends around me to do it. And a lot of them are doing it.
Yeah.
And they're showing up in different ways in not just camera stuff, but so yeah, it will start. I hope I can help them however I can, but
You
yeah.
just got to be the Peter McKinnon of Calgary. Just like bring this flock of creative energy like with you. I don't know. Like, don't you? Okay.
I would love to.
I've never thought about this until you started talking about it, but like we all think about Toronto as like this hub, especially for the camera space, right? It's like where all the original boys started. But like, how much of that was someone like Pete, who did remember how much collaboration he used to do back in the day? Like that dude was just
Yeah.
bringing everyone along to like try to like build the Friends cast, right?
Yeah.
I feel like someone's got to
true.
do that. I don't know. Like,
And I feel
now
like
I'm,
the
sitting
guys
here
from
like, do
the
I need to do that
Moment
in my
did it
city?
too. You should. I hopefully. Calgary has been great for that. Where I don't know if you know of Socality. It started here. I'm actually in a building that was like right now that is like a Socality kind of building, but it has been great for bringing people together. And I hope I can do that.
Yeah.
I hope we can. I don't know. Like, if Pete can do it, we can do it.
Oh, for sure. What is that? I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's just like a
Socality.
creator
So
thing.
it's just essentially like an online community that
Okay.
doesn't have like an in-person thing. That's just meant to showcase other people and have in-person meetups around the world.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's way cool.
I think too, like so many creatives just don't have people to talk to. Like it's just all online relationships, and
Yeah.
like in-person stuff is so important.
Yeah. It really
time.
is. Anytime you do it, like all of us like editors, creative people that really love kind of living in our own little bubble, like as soon as you step out of that, it's scary, but then you're like, wow, this was awesome. You know, I know that's always been my experience. It's how I
Yeah.
met Spencer, dang it. Gosh, being social. It's how we're meeting Davey tonight, being social,
Right?
stepping out, you know, trying to find people. It's awesome.
And it's weird, like you build this person up on the other side of the screen to be like they've got it all together. They're polished. They're amazing,
Yeah.
you know. And then you meet them, and you're just like, oh, this is just like a normal dude.
That's
Yeah.
what I do. It's all polish over here. But you're right. No, you're totally right. I totally know what you're saying, because it's just like the person you present is never who you meet, and who you meet is usually or always
it's-
just another person.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, so my brother lives in Nashville, and I was in Nashville one time, and I was like, frick, I know Zach Mayfield lives here, and Connor, and Dave Altizer.
Uh-huh.
And I saw Connor McCaskill followed me, and I was like, what the heck? Why does he follow me? This is weird. So I DM'd him, and I was like, dude, I'm in town. We should hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, sounds good. I'm going to bring my friend Zach. You ever heard of him? And I was like, absolutely, this is crazy. So we met up, and I remember just being so nervous and like, oh, I'm going to meet these guys that have been watching on the internet forever. And they were just
They're just
nerds,
dudes.
just like me. They're just like me, have no, like, just as confused, just as curious, just like who they were online. It was awesome to meet them in person.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, that's awesome. Zach's the best. Zach, I love Zach. Zachy boy.
Too.
Yeah.
Spencer and Zach go way
Yeah.
back. Well, Zach actually,
Yeah.
no, Zach introduced me to you, right? Isn't that how that's how the train flow worked, is he was like, you should talk to Spencer. That's right. Gosh,
Yeah.
the history, it's deep.
Do you have any like 2025 goal, Davey? Like to close us out in our pod?
I have a lot of goals, and I feel bad this year. I feel like I'm so dialed, and in 2 weeks, that's going to come to a screeching halt because his baby's going to arrive, and I'm prepared for it.
Hey, that's also a goal, though.
Yeah.
It is a goal. I mean, yeah, it is a goal in a way. I've got a bunch of goals for this year. My 2 main ones are,
Be a good dad.
okay, 3 main goals.
Spencer.
Be a great dad. Be the best dad that I can be to my firstborn. Second, post a video on YouTube every 2 weeks. That was my goal for last year. I did it. I'm not trying to up it. Just trying to be consistent.
Love it.
And 3, just move my body. Just get to the gym
Love
and
it.
move. I have never been there. It scares me. That's a whole other thing, but I haven't been going. And so my goal for the first quarter of this year is literally just show up. And then after the quarter, we'll figure that out. So
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm getting old.
Those are great goals.
I got to hold somebody. I got to bend down. Yeah.
Yeah, your body will thank you on all of those
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I only hope the best for you and all your goals for 2025, and I hope you'll come back on the pod.
Guys, it's been great.
Yeah, dude. Thank
you.
you so much. I feel like this was awesome. First guest, just how are we going to top this? We nailed it. This was perfect. So,
Yeah, do
Really
you feel like
appreciate
you were
you.
on a cozy couch or what?
Guys, it's warm over here. The couch is nice.
the water's warm. Awesome. Oh, thank you, man.
Thank you.